Concern is I may be able to retire for 5 years, but then I have to put myself on a plan or get myself mentally prepared to have to go back to work. This is not the only solution, nor is what he should or could have done prior to this. There's only one way either. There are a few different ways to go about it, but the moral of the story is this is where we are. He's 65 years of age, and if he was to take this dollar amount and get it to work for him, this is what we're referencing. About $31,000 a year starting at age 75. And from his perspective, he was happy with this. He understands it's not as much as it could be. He understands that it would be much different had he started 10 years earlier or 5 years earlier, but this is where we are. And what he likes is this. And what he really likes is that if something happens to him, his family's taken care of. But what is a leveraged IUL? Like, what are we even talking about? A leveraged IUL is simply an index universal life insurance policy that has leverage built inside of it, has a match that is used inside of it to generate more wealth. But an IUL in general is a permanent life insurance product. If structured correctly, is built with market protection. In most cases, it's a 0% floor. In this case, it's absolutely a 0% floor, meaning the money you contribute into this policy is going into a life insurance-based product that is protected. The only guarantee in this life insurance-based product is you can't lose any of the money you made, and you can't lose any of the money that you've contributed into this policy due to market risk. That guarantee is important. It does have index growth. There is an annual point-to-point call option that is done inside of this policy using the S&P 500 specifically in this strategy. So therefore, there is a market play. But remember, what does the market offer? The market offers growth. So there's a growth option with a 0% floor, which protects you. And then when you add that leverage, you gain that accelerated growth. And when it's time to start taking income, it's all about that tax-free usage or tax-free accessibility to your cash value to be able to spend as income. This tax-free income, this is like having a Roth account, but having full access to all of your liquidity upfront. So it's pretty powerful. And as your cash value increases, that becomes liquidity that you have available to you right now. You do not have to wait till retirement age to be able to touch your money. Now we're talking about a 65-year-old, so retirement age doesn't even play a role here. So there's no penalty on being able to access your funds regardless. But for those of you who are not, what makes this so powerful is you get to dictate what that retirement age is. There's not some government or some job that's telling you when you can touch your money. The other option is what if, though, we focused on an annuity? And this is something that we skim over on this channel a lot, but we haven't really kind of deep dive or dug a little bit more into as it relates. And so the idea is this: because this gentleman is 65 and he is in need of guaranteed income, are there annuity-based vehicles out there that can provide him the guaranteed income he's looking for while also providing the security? And the short answer to that question is yes. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of annuities out there. So which one you get, who you get it from, how it's structured, it's the same conversation as it relates to properly designed cash value life insurance-based products. But if we were to look at a guaranteed income annuity and simply drop that $140,000 into it, the goal at that point would be to generate guaranteed income, and that annuity would produce a guaranteed $23,000. We'll dig into it, and starting at age 75. So again, 10-year time horizon, putting $140,000 lump sum into this annuity to generate guaranteed income for the rest of his life. Not a guaranteed income over a certain period of time, but a guaranteed income forever. And then the payments will continue regardless of whether the market is performing or not, regardless of whether his entire contributed premium was depleted. Does not matter. That income continues for the rest of his life. And again, that's that protection against longevity. He can't outlive his money. And that's the issue with a lot of the clients that I have around this age group. The concern is I may be able to retire for 5 years, but then I have to put myself on a plan or get myself mentally prepared to have to go back to work. So is there a vehicle that could accomplish this goal? Absolutely. And the trade-off of an annuity, because his time horizon is so specific, because if we were talking about a longer time horizon, this vehicle, I wouldn't even make it an option. But because his time horizon is so specific, that's what makes this impactful. There's a lot of numbers here. I am not going to go over all of them, but I will high level just highlight the areas to focus. The dollar amount that he's contributing is here. So he's putting in that 140,000, and this is assuming what you're looking at is an assumption of, let me put it here, 0% growth forever. Meaning, if the money contributed into this annuity never grew, if the market crashed every year, what would be the impact on that 140,000? And you can see here that it continues to dip. But the beauty of it all is at the end of the annuitization period, oh, made this too big, there we go. The end of the annuitization period, end of that 10-year period, he would have accumulated, again, even if the market crashed every year, he would have accumulated a total of 329,000 with a lifetime withdrawal percentage of 6.7%, producing 22 grand forever. Again, 329,000 guaranteed for the full duration of his lifespan, producing 22,000 for the rest of his life. Now, because the dollar amount being contributed into this annuity is a dollar amount from a savings account. This is not a qualified account that he's moving into an annuity. So this is coming from savings. Well, the way taxes work when it comes with money coming from savings is that 140,000 he put in, he's already paid taxes on. But any growth above his basis, so the difference between 140,000 and 329,000 is the amount that he would be paying. Is the amount that he would be paying taxes on. So anything above 140,000 is what he'd end up paying normal income tax on. So this dollar amount isn't a tax-free dollar amount, but it is a guaranteed income for life.
If it's income, then potentially 20 years from now, this could also impact your eligibility or the amount of supplemental, right? Social Security, Medicaid. This could impact what resources you have access to because it's considered income.
That is true.
Whereas with a leveraged IUL, the actual income that you're taking is
borrowed dollars, so therefore it doesn't impact your ability. That is true.
Or logged as taxable income.
That is true.
Okay, just wanted to clear that up, because as we're getting older, we're thinking about these things. One, care, because time is the most valuable asset, but so is health, right? Healthcare is wealth care in this sense. And so if we're not using this as part of the equation and we're not considering care, what that would require, how much that would cost, what those figures would even look like. So when we're looking at, I could live off of 23,000 a year, or me and my wife could make that work with the other supplements that we have coming in. We got to do all the math, right? All of the pieces in the equation. Okay.
Option 2 was, hey, what if we take that lump sum and dump it into an annuity? Option 1 was, well, what if we take that lump sum plus that monthly amount and dump it into a leveraged IUL? So we're just comparing two options: lump sum in an annuity or lump sum into an IUL plus $1,000 a month. But what is an annuity? Well, an annuity is just a life insurance contract as well. And in most cases, an annuity has a death benefit as well. And what's cool about annuities is there's so many different types that it truly depends on how it's structured as to what it can or cannot do for you. So can you produce guaranteed income streams? Absolutely. Premium payments, you can put in, there are annuities out there that you can make premium contributions into. Those don't function very well. In most cases, annuities are designed to take a large sum, capture that sum, grow that sum, and then produce a guaranteed dollar amount at the end. And again, because there are many, many types. There are fixed index annuities, variable, and they all have their different risk and different rewards. So what I would say is, if this is an example that resonates with you, this is not a one-size-fits-all. Just because you may be 65 as well, and just because you may have a lump sum as well, does not mean that this particular type of annuity would be the annuity that fits you. And that's where we just have to sit down, break things down, and talk through what your goals are, what you're hoping to accomplish. But the bottom line is, an annuity is a life insurance-based product that is designed to build and generate or grow income over time. That's it. Hard stop.